between these lips, we're bringing all the smoke, but you ain't hear it from us.
Hey y'all. So,
Hey.
let's just get right into Baddies, okay? So it started with episode 10. We start off with Smiley and Taseki having a conversation about everything that's been transpiring with the whole Rolly and Biggie and then Scarface and T. And they got into a conversation about Biggie and her being misunderstood. So like, let's just talk about that since she just came back. How do y'all feel?
Funny part about it for me is I'm kind of liking Biggie. Like last season I did like Biggie. I mean, fellow New Englander here, from Massachusetts. So I Biggie was kind of my speed a little bit. I love the way she talk. I love when she speak her Spanish. I ain't gonna lie. Like it doesn't bother me at all. Um, but I will say she can be a little annoying at times. I'll definitely say that. But I mean, I mess with her. I think when she came back to the house, I feel like she came back with a good attitude, and Roly, with her stank attitude that she's been having this entire season, just, took it there.
I feel basically the same way. I really like Biggie, but yes, she can be annoying. She can push that little button and keep going when she really needs to just stop. And like she just be egging it on. But other than that, no, she's cool. I don't mind the Spanish at all. Like I love it. Um and yeah, Rolly, stank.
I would have to agree. I feel the same way. Like the Spanglish doesn't bother me. First season it did get on my nerves, but I think I've gotten used to it. So now it's just kind of like that's just how she is. Just accept it. Um, yeah, so far she hasn't even done anything to annoy me. I mean, she was getting on Anna's nerves. And I do see Anna Mac's point when she was saying that she asked her to roll up her blunt. Did y'all hear that part? Where she
Yeah.
said they were
Oh
riding
Yeah.
to
yeah.
the hospital. She was like passing her the stuff to tell her to roll the blunt. Well, yeah, that her acting like the newbies are her servants. That's not cool. That would get on my nerves. But other than that, yeah, no, I like her.
I don't know how to take her yet. It's like I don't have an issue with her. I think she's just loud and sometimes she can be annoying, but I did peep that she is different. It seems like she's different when she's on camera versus when she's off camera. Because remember last season, Rolly had a whole conversation with her at the reunion about how she was when she's off camera versus when she's on camera. So I don't know. I feel like she probably can be a little bitchy and a bossy and acts like she is an OG because she's done a season before. But I don't really know how to take her. I don't know yet.
I
I gotta
I
borderline
see.
kind of
feel
feel like
like
she came in being bossy and bitchy out the gate. Like she
facts.
always had that same attitude. I'm Biggie and I'm the bouncer. Blah 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 blah. Da, 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 da. I'm coming for it and I'm with the shit. Like she, like always came in popping her shit.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
kind of feel like they all probably act one way on and off the camera. I
Yeah,
kind of
they
hear
be
that
extra on
about all of
camera.
Oh
them.
well, yeah. That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like,
Well,
listen,
not
camera comes
Krishan.
on, they
I
want camera time.
I think
You
Krishan
said
acts
not
the same way on and off camera.
Who?
Krishan.
Krishan.
Yes.
I
Fact,
think I think she
fact,
keeps it real all the way
Facts.
through.
That's about the only one.
Yeah.
right. And I don't know, I'm more inclined to think Tashiki is probably the same way on and off camera too. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm gonna be honest with y'all and put it out. She's probably my favorite baddie. Like, she my
Really?
favorite. Yeah, she my
I feel
favorite.
like she hasn't really been doing much ever since the fight that she
That's all
had
she
with
needs to do. They don't want to mess with her. They
yeah.
do not want to mess with her.
I
In my
what
mind,
I what I want to say is I feel like she's a real bitch. Um, when she had that discussion and she was talking about the fights, she was just like, they're not even really fighting and they're not about fighting about shit. They're fighting about dumb shit, like just trying to like do their big one
Yeah.
and like not doing no big one. So like it's just like a whole
mhm.
bunch of like everybody trying to come in and like, why do y'all feel like y'all have something to prove?
Well, speaking of that, Venus, so like when you had mentioned that she was talking about like, fighting, I don't know if y'all caught it, but did you catch the shade when she had said something like talking about like how to fight, like a tooth should be missing? when she threw
Yeah,
shade at her
yeah.
sister.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
she's
did peep
basically
that.
saying she would beat all their asses. They ain't
Yeah,
talking about shit.
I did peep
I
that.
was gonna say I felt like that's how Scarface came in. She came in like she was trying to prove herself, and it was kind of annoying, honestly.
No, I can't stand her. I don't understand why they brought her. She's annoying, and for her to come in, not know anything, not try to get to know anybody, and like you trying to like with like looking a hot mess and talking the most shit, like I don't understand.
I
I
feel
agree.
like I was one of the people that wanted her to come. And that's only because of when she was on South Central Baddies. But this new Scarface that's coming on, I don't like her. And I think people are starting to see that because she's completely different. Like usually she is the like how Taseki is, that vibe. That's how
Mhm.
for real ET can be.
Mhm.
And but that how she came in and was like kind of with the bullying, at least to me, I wasn't
Mhm.
vibing it with
I
it at
think
all.
some people think if they come in showing that they can fight, it'll make them popular because that worked for Rock. So I feel like a lot
Right.
of people think that's a way to make it like, oh, if I can fight, I'll be popular and people will like me. But that doesn't work for everyone. It
Right.
just
Yeah,
doesn't.
I agree. I
I
definitely agree
agree
with
as
that.
well.
Yeah.
that's true. So let's get right into the next scene. So the next scene cuts with the Fab Five, which I like to say, which is Natalie, Scotty, Rolly, E.T., and Mariah Lynn. And they just start discussing about tea. So we kind of spoke a little bit about it, but how do y'all really feel about everything that went down between T and Scarface? Because it looked like Rolly kind of backed off a little bit, but it's becoming now a new thing with T and Scarface. How do y'all feel?
Scarface is annoying. Like, point blank period. She's annoying. Like, that wasn't even necessary. When T walked into the house, it wasn't necessary for her to do what she did. Yeah, T came in talking about, hey, everybody, hi. Yeah, it was a little sarcastic, but
Yeah.
all she said was hi. So you mad
Hmm.
now? Now you want to fight because she said hi? Just like she said earlier, she said, listen, I didn't speak, you're mad. I spoke, you're mad. So like it didn't matter what I did. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I get
agree.
kind of I'm kind of over T saying, "Oh, it's because I'm pretty. It's because I'm pretty."
Yeah.
But honestly, what else is the reason? When Rolly said, "Yeah, you think that you're fine and effable," I was like, okay, now I get what
Yeah.
T's saying. So it is a little bit of that because
Yeah.
it makes no sense. Like, how are you going to be mad at the girl because she was sick and didn't want to be bothered with? If I'm sick,
Exactly.
I don't want to be bothered with either. And they're like, well, why did you come? I'm getting paid to be here. Why wouldn't I not come? I'm going to show up. I'm on a show. I'm getting paid. I'm going to come. Whether I'm sick or not, I'm on the show to make money. I'm on my show to, this show to make, well, she already got a name for herself, but to promote herself, I'm coming,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
well, they say that she knew that she was supposed to fight Scotty. They say she knew that,
Hmm.
So if she
I heard
knew,
that
and they
too.
say that's why she didn't come out with makeup, that's why she came out looking the way she came, because she knew she had to fight Scotty. Whether that's true or not, at the end of the day, she didn't come out knowing that she had to fight Scotty, E.T., Rolly. She didn't come out
Yeah.
knowing that she had to do all that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, in my opinion, Scarface, I'm not messing with her. And I think her messing with T was just to try and make a name for herself. Also, because she's following behind Rolly
Mhm.
Mm.
and she's being Rolly's lapdog.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So that's my opinion.
I
I
also
agree.
didn't like how they were disregarding Sky. Sky literally said she don't feel good. She's out
Right,
here trying to be a good sport, and like nobody heard Sky. Like
right,
I don't
Oh yeah, that's
understand
true.
that. Like Sky literally said that to everyone.
But like,
right,
let's get into it. So like, you see how Scarface came in and was like basically popping her shit at ET. Well, the thing is that there's been a long beef with Krishan and ET. And that was mainly that fight between them is what got ET's name kind of out there.
right.
Whether she got jumped and everything. But the thing is that people are trying to figure out, okay, well, since you want to come at T, how come you're not that same way with Taseki? And if y'all know, Taseki, has backed up Rock before when they were cool, but now that Rock is off the show, do y'all feel like ET should still like, handle that, or just let it go because her sister's no longer here.
So, first, I want to say that I also feel like Scarface came at T because she knows that somebody she could have possibly handled. She didn't come at Taseki because she knew that Taseki was going to beat her ass. So let's just be real about that. And then now, like, you just did all this talking, Scarface, at the beginning about how if you had beef you gonna stand on it and this and that and this and that, but Taseki is right there and I ain't heard you trying to stand on nothing,
Facts.
but you
That's
Yeah.
just went at T and you don't even know nothing about this girl.
I mean, I
and
did hear
oh,
when
go
she
ahead.
first came in the house, she did mention that she didn't like Taseki, and Natalie explained what happened with Krishan and how Krishan's friends fought her, and she was like, "Oh, okay." So maybe she took it as, well, if she beefing with Krishan, then I guess she ain't my enemy anymore. Maybe she took it like that too.
Well, no, because she specifically said that what they go through is sister things. She still was owed an apology from what Tashiki was saying about her.
Mm.
Regardless if her and Krishan weren't cool anymore, she felt like she was still owed an apology. She said she got that apology. I don't know if
Mm.
that's something we're gonna see on, film or what, but she said she got that apology. And that's all she needed. And
Yeah.
when she got that apology, she was cool with Tashiki. She's like, okay, now I'm gonna get to know her. Now I'm gonna see, what the vibe is between me and her.
And I was gonna say, so earlier, Scarface did have a live, and in that live, one of the fans did ask, like, the same question, how come you were that way with T, but not Taseki? Well, she explained that when she went to go look for her room, when went to go look for her room, that her and Taseki did cross paths, and Taseki did speak to her, but I guess they were trying to feel each other's vibe, and I guess they just weren't on that, so nothing happened. Which I don't know if that's true or not, because we're not in the house to see. But this is just what allegedly that Scarface is saying. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull up the clip from earlier of ET's live.
Okay, so I got a quick question. I'm about to make this short. So, why attack a female who was just staring at you, but you didn't attack Rock's sister when they had the real beef with you? And why was you so quiet ever since Suki joined the motherfucking shit? You was quiet as fuck. Like you wasn't like being all extra and trying to get attention so bad.
Feel the moment because obviously what they started talking about was some serious shit. You feel me? So I let them get out what they have to get out. You know what I'm saying? It don't always gotta be about me. I don't have to. I'm not a attention seeker like people think I am.
But
you know what I'm saying?
you was acting different on that what TV shit. I don't like. I've only seen you like a couple of times. You was quiet as fuck, but once you hopped on Baddies, you just wanted to be like Rock so bad. Like I feel like she's like
I
a
don't
only
want to
star
be
on that
like
shit,
Rock.
and you just like, hey y'all, like let me,
I'm,
you know what I'm saying?
I am.
But you was trying to be seen so bad.
Not really.
You feel me?
I wanted to have fun. I was very excited to be there when I first came. When I came, they said, this is not a fighting scene. So it made me feel more comfortable too. Like, I don't always gotta fight. You know what I'm saying? So when I came
you attacked her for saying your mama when you just started shit out of nowhere.
I didn't
You were
start
staring at her
out of nowhere.
You
I
did
said,
started it.
I
She
said
wasn't
she
doing
was
shit.
on
She
crack.
was
She
actually
acting like she was on crack.
but she was actually like, hey y'all, because y'all guys had a problem with like if she's sick,
that's the thing.
let her
You're
be
trying
sick.
to make what somebody else had a problem with her, what I had a problem.
But who gets mad at somebody for being sick? She showed up because they asked her to show up.
Being sick.
Y'all was both irritated at her because she was just mad as fuck. I mean, y'all was mad
she had
as
an
fuck.
attitude. I care the moment she looked at me crazy.
Anybody could look at you crazy. That
And they
doesn't
don't
mean
get
you go over there and
excited.
attack them because you're on
No,
TV. That shit's
it
right.
doesn't. Listen,
Anybody could look at you.
If somebody
Like,
look at me crazy and I say, "What you looking at?" and then they cut out what she really said
But
about
Tasiki
me. She
was staring
popping.
at you when you first walked in. So she was staring at you.
And I looked at Tasiki.
But you didn't do shit to her.
I looked at every. everybody when I walked in.
But
I
with T,
expect to be looked at.
she has that
I'm
natural
getting
look. She just
attraction.
looked. She was just
That's
staring
T's
at you.
problem.
She
When I
wasn't me
walked in,
mugging you.
I
She was just
knew.
giving you a blank
You're
stare.
not listening.
All right.
When I walked in, I knew I was the main attraction. Everybody was supposed to be looking at, right? I'm the new shiny toy walking through the door.
Okay.
When T was talking, I'm supposed to be looking at T, right?
Exactly, but you claim that she was me mugging you.
She was.
How was she
How you
looking
don't
at you
see
up
it?
and down? Tasiki was staring at you up and down the same way.
She was not
She
staring at me
was
up and
staring at you,
down.
but
This
you
bitch
knew. But y'all both
popped
were
her
talking shit
eyes
about
out
each other
at
before
me
you
and
joined.
literally stared at me only.
But
You seen it from a
listen,
camera
hear me
view.
out. Hear
I'm
me out.
actually
Y'all was
living
talking
this
shit
shit.
about each other before you joined the shit. You knew that Rock them had an issue with you. I'm just saying, why not address that shit first
I did
before
address
you
it.
try to
It just
act like
ain't
no,
came
you
up yet.
didn't.
I did address it. T just distracted me
Bruh,
from it.
as soon as you walked in that shit, you should have addressed her for that
Bro,
shit.
they edit shit out, bro. When I came down the steps from going in the room looking for rooms, she said something to me. That's what y'all don't know. She said, "Aren't you the one that they tagged me with?" And I looked her up and down. I said, "Yup." Like, don't play with me right now. Like, yup, I'm the same bitch that you
But
said.
wait, but
Don't
why
tag you with.
why
Like,
wasn't
what are
you
you
so
talking
quick
about?
to
Y'all just
attack
don't
look
see shit.
after
They
you
edit
said yup?
to
Look,
make
but
it
hold
look
on.
like they make it
Hold on.
look.
After she asked you that, well, hold on. After she asked you that, why not run up on her like you ran up on T? Because T didn't do
I
shit.
didn't just
She
run up
just
on
looked at
T.
you and you just ran up on her for no reason.
I didn't just run up on these bitches, which you're not getting.
Well, we're only going off of what we're seeing. It's not our fault. But I'm just saying, but that's not our
And that's
fault
what
though.
I'm telling you. You're only going off what you're seeing. And I
But then
keep
it's
telling y'all
but
every
then
time I
but
get
then
on
you
live, they're
posted
editing
but then you
certain
posted
things.
her ball cap. You posted her on your story like that's gonna make her look ugly as hell.
Who cares?
I'm
They
just
post
saying,
shit
but like
about
you're
me.
like you
They calling me a dinosaur. Who cares? Who
but look at
cares?
what you're doing. Like, come on now. I would call you a dinosaur too.
Okay,
I would talk about your kids.
Well, I'm
more
gonna call
than
Miss
anybody.
Piggy then. Who
It
cares?
doesn't matter, but like
cares?
all I'm saying is I don't shit. And then you claim to be like a good ass fighter. I don't see that shit.
Who
I don't see
cares?
what do
It
you
don't
mean, who
matter.
cares?
As
I
long
don't
as I
see
ain't get
that
whooped,
shit.
I don't care.
You know damn well you gonna get. Oh my god, you capping so hard right now, and you're trying to act like the
I
shit that
don't
we're
care.
saying doesn't bother you. But we know after you get off live, you're going to think about everything that we're saying about you.
No, not
This
really.
shit does bother you. Everybody talks about you like mad hard on the social media every fucking day.
And when I see people in person, they be like, "Keep your head up."
But you're not that
Hey,
fucking. You're not intimidating, my nigga. You're not. You're not. Stop acting like you're gonna beat everybody's ass, and that's your problem because you won't step a foot to Rock Sister. You won't. That's the only bitch I know who can beat a bitch ass. She fights like a nigga. You don't fight like a nigga. You want to sit here and pick on a pretty bitch.
Say you want to see somebody beat me up because you mad.
Girl, that is not
getting beat up.
how fucking my mad. That is not.
You bitches want to see somebody.
We are
Y'all
all
want to see everybody
we
on
all
TV
don't
get
fuck
beat up.
with you. Look, I don't know you to not fuck with you like for no reason, right? We're going off of what you're presenting. You are presenting yourself to be a motherfucking hater.
I'm not
trying to fight
myself. They're
a fucking
presenting
girl.
me to
You
look
fought
like
her
that.
because she was sick. That's weak. That's
Bro,
weak.
no,
That's
what I'm
weird.
saying. You're
That's
not.
weird.
You have, like I said, you're one of those motherfuckers who have selective hearing. Because I said it. I said if it started in the race car track, Rolly would have never said when she walked through that door, you should have been talking to me like this on the bus yesterday, not at the race car track. It been started before that.
Every Rolly got going on with her that has nothing to do with you.
She came at me sideways first. She came at me sideways for asking her, is she okay? I told the bitch, are you okay? Like, I seen her in the corner looking mad. I'm like, are you okay? She popped her eyes that time. And I'm like, oh, you're crazy.
So you gonna fight her for that?
No, I said, you're
fight
crazy.
her for that?
I'm gonna leave you alone.
You
I
gonna
left the bitch alone on the
her for
bus.
that?
What are you talking about?
You
Bitch, you don't know shit.
I'll fight her for that.
You're watching my life. Get it together.
Y'all know that T is not a fighter. You're gonna fight her for that, but you won't touch Susie.
Bitch, well, I fight fighters
too.
too. I fight anybody.
No, you won't.
I fight anybody.
But then your ass gonna
I
get
fight fighters, non-fighters, don't care.
But you're a whole fucking mother. And you walking around trying to put your hands on everybody just for fucking attention.
There's a lot of mothers
because
on
that Buzz TV shit, you did not get this much clout. So now, since you're on Baddies, you want to act like you like the baddest bitch, and you're not.
I am the baddest bitch.
No, you're not. Maybe to you have a face only a mother can fucking love.
Oh man.
She went in.
She's the baddest bitch.
Oh
But I
my
felt like the
goodness.
fan was saying everything that everybody wanted to say to her. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
that fan went in.
That
Yeah.
fan went in like she was like she's Tasiki's number one fan though. I'm gonna be honest
Right.
with you. Or
Yeah.
T's number one fan. Like she went in, but it is what everybody is thinking. ET, like I'm sorry, but she's not the best looking. I mean, did y'all see the wig that she had on this last
Did
episode?
Did you hear that it's a fucking tea part and she made it a side part.
Okay,
Oh,
is
I heard
that
that
Oh,
too.
yeah, I
So
heard
because
it's
I
that.
really
was
supposed to
like,
be in the middle and
yo.
she did it like
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, because
That's
I'm like,
crazy.
yo, I don't even wear wigs, like that. So in my mind, I'm like, am I seeing this right? Because
I kept looking
this,
at it like this whenever I was looking at it because I was like, why does it look like that? And oh, that's why.
yeah, like, I don't know. Like, and my thing about it is she complained about people talking about, how she was poor, how she, wasn't dressing good. You was coming on a TV show that
Yeah.
was going to do bigger numbers than the South Central Baddies that you were
You
on.
can't come
Why didn't
looking
you go
crazy.
Why didn't you go get you some new clothes, some new hair? Like, why would you do that to yourself? Like, you
Mhm.
asked for it. Like, for real, you asked for it.
Yeah.
You can't be
Yeah.
mad. Like, you
Well,
cannot be
Stunner
mad.
Girl did say most of these girls be broke for real. So
Right,
maybe that's
right.
what it is. She really, maybe
But
she
fake it
needed
till you
this,
make it, though.
huh?
At
Facts.
least.
Exactly.
She
But
need to do something. Like,
right.
Yeah.
there's no way I would
She
go
shouldn't have
on.
I
Now
made the
this
think
is
show then.
this show is their come up, and a lot of these girls they probably didn't really have no real fashion sense before the show. Like for instance, most of these actually Krishan came out not looking good when she came. Her weave wasn't good. She wasn't dressing good. Like most of these girls don't have no true fashion sense.
Well, yeah,
That's
I
But
probably what the
remember
problem.
I
Kalissa
think
said in her interview when she took Krishan to the Baddies
Oh
audition
yeah, she
that
did.
she did not look like the girls, that she was telling Blueface, like, Dad, these girls got designer purses, they got the good weave, they got the
Yeah,
nice outfits, and you're sending me here with her. She ain't got no shoes on. I'm like,
yeah,
yo, did this girl really go to the audition with no shoes on?
yeah.
Like,
She said her feet were black. Like
yeah, like,
what?
yeah,
yes,
that was in
yes,
the
Mm,
Jason Lee interview. Yeah.
right.
Oh my
mm,
gosh.
mm, mm.
Yeah.
So
So the next thing after all five of the girls, talk, they get to what ET's confessional, or what is it called? Is it called the confessional? Like when she's just by herself?
Yeah,
Mhm.
basically.
That was it
Mhm.
called.
Yeah.
So like in her confessional, she had let everyone know that she apologized to T off camera,
oh
and they
yeah.
did squash it though. Um, but I don't know why it's up still, but supposedly they squashed it. And I feel like honestly, when she said that she squashed it, I was actually happy because that's actually the T from South Central Baddie. She would get into fights and stuff, but if she knew that she was wrong or was doing too much, she would actually go up to the person and sincerely try and apologize and squash it. So when I seen that, I was like, okay. So Rolly and everybody else was just hyping up her head to make her want to fight. And Nat is the ringleader.
Oh,
She
Oh
be
yeah.
playing, she be
But
acting like,
later,
no, don't fight. But
Yeah. She be
but
she
wanting
totally
later
to.
when
crazy.
it was brought up to T was like, nah.
mhm,
You
yeah,
know what? I can say that I do respect about ET because, I did see a little bit of that live. And in the live, she did say, she's like, listen, all these things happened a long time ago. And since then, I have spoke to these people. We are cool. We've talked about everything, but now the show has come out and now they're back mad again. After we have already talked about this and you already knew that I said this about you, now you're getting re-mad again. And I don't understand that. So I do get that. Because
Yeah.
if we had issues and we talked about it, and then you see me in a confessional, well, okay, I kind of got to backtrack this, right? Because back on other reality shows, when things were happening, they went into the confessional right then and there around that time and they talked about things. On this show, I heard they filmed their confessionals way after.
Mhm.
mhm,
So they're supposed to be going back and talking like they were still in that moment. So when they're seeing the confessionals, they're getting mad. They're like, oh, you said this about me, you said this, but that's how I felt in the moment. This is what I'm supposed to do. Like, you can't
mhm.
be mad at me because of what
Yeah.
I said in the confessionals. If you had me hot, you had me hot. And I'm just going to talk about how you had me hot. Like, this is TV. This is
Yeah.
what we're supposed to do. This is what we get paid to do. But if we solved it, after the fact, but now you're just seeing it run, run back again as playing out, like, you can't be mad. We already talked about it.
I
We
think
already
it's the
solved it.
fans. I think it's the
I think it's
fans
the fans
hyping it.
too.
They hype it
So
up and they be like, "Oh, if this was me, I wouldn't accept that." And so
Mhm.
they
Yeah.
kind of hype it up again.
Mhm.
and I agree it's the fans, but does that make them weak?
Yeah, easily influenced.
Facts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Facts. Like you're
because
this
they could
baddie, you're
definitely
this
come
and
out
you're
and
that.
say, "Oh, go ahead."
You can't take what somebody says
Yeah,
after the fact. Like you
Mhm.
already know this is what they said, but now you're hearing it again and now it's getting you that mad. Like, so I agree with ET there. That's the one thing that I can agree with her about.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it cuts to now the girls are talking about Mariah Lynn and Smiley's little beef, and to be honest, I forgot that they had beef. Like the first episode, they got into it, but they were so like there nothing happened between them for so long to the point that I literally forgot that the whole thing was about her chain being missing. So like, let's just talk about that. So her chain got snatched, taken, got and then she supposedly gets, I guess, talks to Suki. She hits Suki's line and lets her know, hey, I got your friend's chain. So if this was y'all and y'all were, Mariah Lynn and or y'all were Suki, how would y'all really feel about this? Like, is it necessary to fight for your chain, or would you be like, you know what, like I got more money in the bank, f that chain, whatever? Like, how would y'all deal with it?
Well, in my opinion, with them living their life the way they live their life, you're a baddie. And yes, baddie does not mean that you fight. However, you're acting like you're this big tough person that you're not supposed to F with. Then yeah, if you get your chain taken, you're gonna have to get that back, or you're gonna
Hmm.
have to fight until you get that back. There's no way that me and you can sit in the room and you think that me and you are supposed to be cool when all I can think about in the back of my head is that you took my chain and you got me out here looking like a fool. You got
yeah,
me out here looking silly. No, it is going to be up every single time. Now, because they're always together at the clubs, etc., I probably can go ahead and chill out. But I ain't gonna lie, when that liquor get up in me, it's
Mhm.
probably gonna be a wrap. It's probably like you're gonna have to give me my chain back. Like
Mhm.
there's no way that I can be in the same room with you probably more than an hour. You think I'm supposed to be sitting here enjoying my time and I'm sitting here looking in your face and what you did and you playing me and we're almost, it's not national TV, but in a sense, it could be
yeah,
considered national TV.
yeah,
Ain't no way. It is up. What Cardi B say? Forever.
yeah. It's up and it's stuck.
Forever.
Exactly.
Like
It's up and it's stuck. Yep.
And
it's
let's
up
not
and it's
forget, she also fought her sister too. That was
Oh
another
yeah. Oh
thing.
yeah, for
right,
sure.
And it's like
right.
Definitely
when
up
you
and stuck.
like, when it comes
Yeah.
to family, well, I don't know how it is with Rock and Taseki, but when it comes to family, it's like, you can't just punk my sister. You can't just like,
Right.
hit them
Yeah.
and then I'm supposed to be okay and cool with you and I'm in the same facility. I'm supposed to go and work with you every single day, knowing
Right.
that you beat up my sister and you took my chain? No.
Right.
Mm-mm.
Right.
Ain't no way.
Listen, one of them gotta give.
Yeah.
One of them. Like we can't have two problems. You know what I'm
Yeah.
Yeah,
saying? Like it's
exactly.
right. You know what? I might be able to live with the fact you beat up my sister. Real talk, because we making money. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean I gotta fuck with you. Excuse my language. That doesn't mean I gotta mess with you. You know what I'm saying? But I might be able to deal with you on a professional level. But you took my chain and then you went online and you boasted about it. And
Hmm.
then, supposedly you melted it down and did whatever. Like, nah, here go Marilyn. Yeah, the chain was fake because I knew you was gonna take. Girl, please,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I
cap.
hated that.
That's cap. I don't
please,
believe that.
please. Like
Me either.
you knew that chain was gonna get snatched, so you bought a fake one because it was gonna get snatched. Like
Yeah.
I can understand if you had the real one at home. You know what I'm saying? And just because you
Hmm.
went to the club, you switched it out. You
Yeah,
should have
that
been
makes
on
sense.
live being like, here's the real one. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But getting on there, girl, we know, okay, we know that you had maybe you had a real charm, but the chain was fake, girl. Like, and you knew it was fake, and you purposely did it like that. Okay, like you
Yeah,
probably got
exactly.
that loving hip hop money. You ain't making that much. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure you was, and I think they talked about some of them making like 25 grand an episode or something like that. And how long ago was that? First of all, I don't even really watch Love and Hip Hop anymore. But how long ago
Me
was
either.
Mariah Lynn on there? Come on
That's
now.
been a long time.
Yeah, I feel like
Yes,
it's
like
probably been a
you
long time.
keeping up with that money. I don't know if she's still with Rich
I
Dollars.
remember she was on Celebrity Boot Camp, but I don't even know, they don't even play that no more. But that was a while too.
She was on Celebrity Boot Camp.
With Rich.
What?
Yep.
Oh, I never saw. I
I
never
gotta
saw that.
watch that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
I
didn't know
I
think
never
that.
that's
saw it.
the season that Lyrica and her dude were on there too. I don't know if y'all seen that season. I forgot who else was on there.
I thought I saw when Lyrica was on there.
Oh wait, with Lyrica and K Michelle. K
I
Michelle was on that
think
one
Yeah,
that
too.
was the same
I
season.
remember that one because Lyrica. It was Lyrica and K Michelle that got into it, right?
Yeah,
Hmm.
I can't remember if that was the
I
same
just
season,
don't
but
remember
Mariah
seeing
Lynn was
Mariah
definitely
Lynn.
on there.
I just don't remember seeing Mariah Lynn on there.
Yeah, she was on there. Her and Rich
It's
was
just
on
been a
there.
minute before
Yeah,
I guess since she's been on TV
Yeah.
right.
Oh
versus
well,
like from
no. The
Baddies, right?
reunion. They had some like
Oh yeah, the Love and Hip
Love and
Hop
Hip Hop
reunion.
reunion.
She
Okay,
was
Yep.
with
Because
okay,
she
Alexis
got in a
Sky.
fight on there actually.
Hmm.
I forgot
okay.
about
But
that.
I'm just saying, I know
Yeah.
that money ain't coming in, and them
Yeah.
songs ain't really hitting for that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like that. I want your money and whatever. Like I was
Yeah.
out. Like
No one
I don't know
cares.
who's
Nah,
listening to that. I don't. Like I don't. Even though I think she said like it so big or something like that, but I don't think anybody's listening to that anymore. Like so,
Yeah.
yeah. Like. Mm-mm. And real quick, speaking of her, I understand why people are saying that she seems fake and real flip-floppy because she will literally be, around Tasiki and the people in that other side of the house, and she'll act cool. But the moment she get on the other side, she's like, "Oh, I'm glad we left
Yes.
there," and "Oh, I'm
Yes.
happy
yeah,
I'm here." Like it just seems it's not genuine to me. Like it's
Yeah.
not genuine.
she's
Yeah,
messy. I feel
let's
like
talk
she
about
was
it because
messy.
I noticed that too. Oh, go ahead, Venus.
I feel like she was messy, like at the beginning, like even inserting herself into Krishan and Tasiki. Period. Like the
Oh,
whole way she came about doing it was snake like the whole entire thing, and then like she just like you were saying, she be flip flopping.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. Because I was gonna say, I noticed when the Fab Five was talking outside, and how like sometimes it seems like Mariah Lynn and Taseki would have a private conversation. Because you see on social media that it seems like they're still close. So
Right.
it'd be like they'll have private conversations about maybe the rest of the cast. But
Hmm.
then Mariah Lynn will go back to her other group and then just be saying, "Oh yeah, well, I had a conversation with Taseki, or Taseki said this." It's like, girl, shut up.
Right.
like
yeah.
like they don't care about you, and honestly none of them care about you, but it seems
Right.
like Taseki, you were willing to fight for her, so it's like you need to kind of keep it hush. Like when y'all talk about stuff, just be quiet. Like
Right.
Yeah.
I just didn't like when she went to them, because you got Roly and Natalie. Like those are, at this point, they're very manipulative. They
Hmm.
gaslight. They want to see people fight. Like it's just
Right.
chaotic with them. So you just can't trust them, or that whole group at least.
Right, right. No, I agree. I agree. Because even Scotty, she definitely started off being so innocent, so sweet. And I think she really, because, before we started seeing this season, everybody kept on saying, oh, she did her big one. She did her big one. I really thought that she was going to have the love of the fans this season because she finally was sticking up for herself and etc. But all she did was come off bad to me. Like,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't think she looks good. She looks like she's trying to be a follower. You're trying to be something that you're not. And like, I don't approve. Like, I don't approve of it. And then
I
you
agree.
get beat up by Anamak, like or
Mm.
Animac. Like everyone's saying, like, how do you get beat up by somebody this small? You know what I'm saying? Like you're getting beat up every single time. Let it go. And then you want
Yeah.
to fight T and you think you beat this girl up. She kills me with this. She be like, she don't want no more of this. I be like, girl, more of what? More of what?
Yeah.
You're not doing anything. Like, what do you
But
think you're
making a
doing?
fool.
That's how she was with Razor too. She was remember when she was like, I know she wasn't talking to me because she don't want no more of this. More of what? Like, come on,
I
man.
don't know.
Like they
She
hyping
did kind of
her
good
up.
with Razor though. She didn't do too bad with Razor.
But still, and I don't know if
Yeah.
y'all seen, did y'all see Razor's live she just did? Drunk?
Uh-uh.
Mm-mm.
That girl was on live drunk as a skunk.
Oh
Okay?
my.
Like slurring her way. You know the Razor that we saw? She
Yeah.
was that Razor on the live.
Oh
And they
no.
were asking her, was she pulling up to the reunion? And she was like, no. But it was funny because remember how she said that the reason that she didn't show up to the reunion was because of her flight. She missed
Mm-hmm.
her flight. Well, when they asked her again here, why didn't you show up to the reunion? She says, oh, because I didn't want to. Oh, so now it's because you didn't
Yep.
want to.
Yeah.
But
Mm-hmm.
the other day, it was because you missed your flight. Like,
Mm-hmm.
which one is it? You
Mm-hmm.
either she
That's
wanted to
crazy.
protect her brand because she made herself look bad. Like she was like a sloppy drunk on there, you know. So either she wanted to protect herself or she was scared. But I don't know
Yeah.
why she would be scared of Scotty, but she was scared. So
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy. Okay, so then the girls. Now this is like the
Oh
biggest.
well, wait. Nobody said how they felt about Sukiana. Like if Smiley had messaged you what she messaged about
Oh.
yeah, because the way because Sukiana, she did speak out and she was upset about Smiley hitting her up. And honestly, I would have been upset too. Like, why are you texting me that you fought somebody and you snatched this chain? Like, that is kind of like you want me to fight you too. Like, I don't understand why she sent her that. And Sukiana didn't
Yeah.
even understand how she got her phone number. So that's weird too. How is Smiley getting people's phone number? They said that she had henna tattooed Natalie's name on her. She's just weird. Like, I don't know.
well, she said she had a mutual friend, and that's how she got the number. Because she was like, "Remember, you were talking to, whatever her name is." Even though Suki was
Yeah.
like, "I don't know who
Suki
that
said,
is."
yeah, she said she don't
Yeah,
know. She don't remember it.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be honest with you. That whole situation, I understand it. So I have two thought processes about it. Okay, first one, it's not that big of a deal. Okay, like it's not that big of a deal, right? But the
Mm-hmm.
second side of it is, when she explained why she was getting a little bit riled up, when she's like, wait a minute, you sent a message saying your friend. So if you thought that was my friend, now this is the part that would have made me feel like, okay, wait a minute. Because if you thought that was my friend, then what did you think I was gonna do? So I
Yeah.
get that. Because if you
Mm-hmm.
hit me up and say, like, oh, I just did this to your friend, like you think I'm supposed to be sitting here hee hee ha ha with you? Like,
Yeah.
nah, like it's like she said, like, okay, then I'm gonna have to come get that chain. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So like I get that, but they weren't friends like that.
Yeah.
And I don't know why she assumed they were, even though she says the girl said that you guys were friends like that. I don't know why that was assumed. And I don't know what would possess you to hit up somebody
Yeah.
that you think is somebody's friend. So, like, I don't know what was running through Smiley's head. How old is Smiley? I feel like
I,
she's got to be young.
I don't know.
I
I just,
don't remember.
I just feel like her actions speak of a little girl. You know, I feel like she looks older, but she's got to be like 25. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because like, who does these type of things? You know what
It's
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying?
weird.
Like,
It's weird.
unless she did it for clout.
Yeah.
Because clout is a hell of a drug. You know, like these people do whatever they can do to get more clout. And I think she's one of those people. So maybe she thought that sending, calling Sukiana, maybe she thought Sukiana was going to get online and talk about that and make that situation bigger than it was. Maybe
Yeah.
that was her thought process.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my
Yeah.
thoughts.
I just feel like kind of like the same thing. To me, I didn't feel like I would have got as mad at first. But like you said, when Suki actually broke it down and was like, okay, like you thought this was my friend, but it's not. But what did you expect me to do? I was like, okay, wait, hold on. Now, if it really was my friend, yeah, what would you expect me to do? You want me to fight you? Like, what's up type of thing. So I did understand that part, but like you said, she's just weird. And I think, did she say that she scams for a living?
Yes.
So maybe that's just how she get by.
Mhm.
She probably is on like the black market, and I
She
mean
is.
all types of
Yep.
stuff. That's probably how she got the number. Because I don't believe, to be honest, I do not believe they have mutual friends at
Mm,
all.
Mm-mm.
Suki
mhm,
and then her, like no, I
mhm.
don't see a mutual friend wanting to hang out with her and Suki at the same time. Like just that's just what I feel. I don't know.
Right,
But
right.
well, let's talk about since we're on Smiley now. The whole thing basically was about the miscarriage. So let's just get into that basically. So the all the girls were at the house meeting. They go to the lavish house for I guess the Fab Five. Well, Rowley started and basically was asking Smiley about all the questions and weird stuff that people, other castmates, have been seeing, like the bloody tampons and pads and going out to the club with a skirt. Like, let's just talk about it because I was actually confused. I felt I didn't know how to feel because part of me was like, well, maybe that's just her grieving, like, I don't know. I've never had a miscarriage. And then part of me was like, well, that is kind of weird. Like, when I don't know how that works down there. Like, are you in pain? Wouldn't you want to sit down and relax instead of going to the club? So, how did y'all feel about that?
So what I'll say is, number one, if you're having a miscarriage, you don't have no business putting a tampon up there because the whole point is for it to all flow out. And if you have a tampon in there, then you're stopping the entire process. So that's number one.
Oh, okay.
Number two, that bitch is so that bitch is full of shit. Like, she's full of shit. Like, she's been stalking them, popping up out of nowhere, all this weird stuff. When one plus one don't equal two, we have a problem. So, like, I just feel like she's a habitual liar, and most of the stuff that comes out of her mouth is not to be trusted.
Yeah, I agree.
For me, I'm conflicted because I don't know. I feel like if I haven't had a miscarriage, but if I had, I feel like I would kind of not want to go out. Definitely wouldn't be using no tampons, and I probably wouldn't be wanting to party. However, I don't know because I haven't had that experience. So I don't really know her recovery time or anything. So I feel like everybody speaking on it is just assuming how they would react if they were in that situation. But you can't really speak for someone else and how they handle situations. I don't know. That's a tough one. It's a tough one.
So I'm more on the side of Lonnie because I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't understand why they care so much. I don't understand why this is such a big discussion. Mind your business. So listen, if the girl had a miscarriage, if she did not, why does that bother you? If she's a liar, she's a liar. Why are we sitting here having a whole discussion about if she had a miscarriage or if she did not have a miscarriage? Get your money. What are we here to do? We're not here to talk about if this girl is a liar or not. If she's showing you who she is, she's showing you her true colors. Don't fuck with her. Don't mess with her. You don't have to be this girl's friend. Shun her. Make her feel like she don't want to be in the house. Like, what are we really talking about? Y'all come there talking about where's your discharge papers? Who are you?
Yeah, that's
Who
true.
are you to ask me for my discharge papers? I don't care if you believe me or not. Who do you think you are? Like, I don't have to show you nothing.
No,
Whether you
that's true.
believe me or not, it is what it is. But at the
Yeah.
end of the day, why is this such a big discussion? You guys don't got nothing else to talk about. You ain't got nothing else to do but sit there and gossip about me. Now, we don't know how people handle it. Everybody handles, like you said, everybody handles things differently. Some people may be the type that they don't want to think about it. So it's like, you know what? Let me get out. And let's go back
Hmm.
to what I said about T. I'm here to do a show. I came here to do a show and make money. So guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to get the show on the road. Like, why are we talking about this? That's just
I
how
do
I
think
feel.
one thing
And
that
see,
they had mentioned is that Mariah Lynn said she felt bad if she fought her and she was pregnant and she didn't know it. So that is one reason why I think it came up because she was like, well, if you was pregnant when we fought, that's not cool, especially if you had a miscarriage after. So I do get that, you
But
know.
I just
Let's
my thing is
remember, she said she didn't know she was pregnant.
Yeah, that's true.
my thing is y'all are going from this perspective of if she's actually pregnant. I don't think she was pregnant. Like, so I'm not saying that she should have acted in a certain way. I'm saying that if you're having a miscarriage and proper procedure in order for you not to fuck your system up and not die, you cannot shove no tampon in your stuff and keep all that stuff that's supposed to be coming out in your system. Otherwise, you're going to be fucked. So that's what I'm saying. So
But
if
but
girls
but
are
guess what?
saying,
But guess what? Not to interrupt, but guess what? What that got to do with you? If she
no,
want to sit
no,
there,
no, by all means, they shouldn't even be dilly dabbing into it that much. But of
right?
course, they're going to be messy. But
Mhm.
that's why they're like, that's why it's suspect if a girl really did see her do
Mhm.
that. That's where the talk would have came
Right.
in because she shared it with somebody else and they're like, oh,
Yeah.
but no, should it be a topic of discussion? No, y'all already know she's a liar.
Mhm. Right. She was pressed to wear a skirt. So, whether she had a miscarriage or not, she was pressed to wear a skirt. That's why she wore that tampon, right? She pressed, right? She pressed to get out there and twerk. She probably didn't want all that blood flowing around. You know what I'm saying? If that's what really happened, you know what I'm saying? Like, but at the end of the day, like, it's still like, so what? You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, if she really did have a miscarriage, or if she did not have a miscarriage, I cannot believe that we are going 2, 3 episodes with this same talk about having a miscarriage when you guys don't even mess with this girl. So why are we even talking about this? Let's talk about something different. Let's move on. If you don't mess with her, don't talk to her. So I think it's a good time to probably get into the clip
Mhm.
of what happened. That a way we can probably discuss it, a little bit more since we're talking about them going at her, etc. Unless, do you guys have anything else to say about it?
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Okay, all right, yeah, I think because I don't know, the whole time I'm watching this, I'm just like, I cannot believe the audacity of people. When they said, "Let me see your discharge," like, I could not believe the audacity. Like, I think I would want to fight you
Yeah.
probably off of that. Like it's up because like you gonna have to fight me after that because I'm about to be real disrespectful. Like you not my doctor. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't need to show you nothing. Like, come on, man. Like, nah, I'm sorry.
Do you got your discharge papers?
I don't have no
Because
discharge. It's in the truck.
suffering a miscarriage is like stages.
Listen,
You know what
I
I'm
went through
saying?
that. Listen, I
So
went
it's
through that before, and this is very sad that my nigga feels like, you did all this, you lost a baby again, bitch.
but you
Like,
said the show must go on.
Yeah, and I feel
I
like
know, but
I even felt bad because now it's like, oh,
Yeah, I said
I
some,
just,
some
I
shit
feel
about the
bad as
baby
fuck. That's why
blood
I'm
being
going
on
and
my
I
hard.
just
hands,
don't
and
want
I'm
you to
like,
be
what
one of
the
them
fuck,
type of
bitch?
bitches that you feel like the
No,
attention is not on you, so you got to do some weird
No,
shit.
no, I don't
Because
even
I've
care
been
for the
around people
attention.
like that don't lie about their kids dying and everything.
No, I don't play
And
like that.
but I'm
That's
just
stupid.
saying
You feel me?
because
I
you left
understand
out the
that.
hospital by yourself to come film with us to go to the go kart place instead of taking care of your pussy. Because if a baby fell out my pussy, I would not be going back to film. I would be going to go lay my ass down, healing my pussy up so it can be ready to
I
go
just
for the
felt
next
like
dick.
Rolly was saying what all of us was feeling. We just didn't want to say it, not seem so insensitive, I guess. But we was all thinking the same thing Rolly was saying. So Smiley was just like, to be honest, sis, like I just got a lot, like just bullshit.
Yeah. I just like I get it 100%. I get it, but I don't know. All right, let's get into Smiley and her response to the girls questioning her having a
Like, I
miscarriage.
didn't understand what my thing is. I did not understand that it had to come to this and have females feeling how they feel about me because I had a miscarriage. Like, like, I don't understand. We're all women, someone, I don't know if any other girls been through the situation I went through. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't want to be alone. I didn't want to fall into depression. You know what I'm saying? I really wanted to feel like I had somebody with me. I understand that, but I had to tell them I was sick. I'm talking about they didn't post that. They didn't post how I was sitting down, like just throwing. I was sick. I was so sick. I was in pain. I feel like everyone copes and grieves a different. Everyone grieves certain type of way. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has their own way of dealing with their own personal issues. The way I process grief is completely different from anyone else. You know what I'm saying? Yes, yes, I went out. I ended up wanting to go out with the baddies that night. Yes, I wanted to be with them. I wanted to feel, you know, I didn't want to be by myself in the house. I didn't want to, I didn't want to be just sitting there really thinking about what's going on and stuff like that. And no, I did not know I was pregnant. For those who want me to clarify that, I did not know I was pregnant. Yes, I was shocked.
So she tells us basically what, we were saying. Like, she didn't know she was pregnant and she wanted to go out. She didn't want to be in the house depressed, etc. Everybody grieves differently. So, still after hearing that, do we still believe she's lying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do.
My thing is this. I agree with your point of why does it matter and things like that. But if she was sitting around wanting a pity party and just kept bringing it up and was talking to them about it over and over, I can understand why that would annoy them and bring up some doubt as well if she was, using tampons and different things. So it just depends on how she was moving. Like,
Right.
which if she constantly kept bringing it up and talking about it and wanting people to feel bad for her and sad for her, then that's why it would be a topic. And if they're questioning her and doubting if she's like real or a liar or something, then they're going to talk about it too because of that, because they don't trust her.
To me, I mean, when we see her on the screen, I just feel like she's not talking about that. Like I don't really see her bringing that up when they're having conversations. I don't see her speaking about that. I see them speaking about it. So, like, I don't know, but we don't, like you said, we don't really know what's going on,
Behind the
in
scenes.
the house, behind the scenes, but I think, like, I get it. I don't know if it was real or not. Just like they talk about the seizure that she's going to have on the screen, that they say that was not real. You know what I'm saying? Like I get it. But for me, overall, it's just like, why are we discussing this?
I
Like
think they
over.
just don't like her and they feel
Right.
like some people have a real problem being around someone that they think is a liar and fake. They just can't handle it. If they be like think that this person is like a compulsive liar, they don't want to have nothing to do with them. They don't want that person around. They're gonna call them out on everything. And that might be what we're dealing with here. They just probably can't deal with her because they think she's a liar and they don't want to deal with her. They don't even want her around. They don't trust her. So
Right.
that's probably what it is.
I think that's what it
Yeah.
boils down to. They don't like her.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it boils down to. So for them, they're just looking for any and everything to constantly show that they don't like her.
Well, remember,
You
they
know?
also think of her as a fan. They don't even understand why she's on the show. So
Mhm.
they already had a
True.
problem with her. They were like, why is this fan on the show, this stalker? They already have an opinion about her. So
Mhm. Right. I mean, I'm not a
Yeah.
Smiley fan, like she's definitely like not even really a thought on my mind when I think about the Baddies cast, really. But at the same time, I don't really even know who, Anamak is. So in my opinion, you're at the same level to me. Like where we're talking about Smiley being a fan. Well, like Anamak, I know
see,
you
I
right, you
actually
saying, but
knew Anna Mac
okay,
because she used to hang out with Saya's ex-girlfriend, Savvy.
okay,
So
okay.
I used to follow their lives and
Mhm,
Savvy, I used to watch them and their
mhm.
lives. So I definitely knew who Animac was. I actually had downloaded her music years ago.
Okay.
So I
Mhm.
do know who she is. She
Right,
had a little following. Yeah.
right,
And she makes
right,
good music. She actually can sing really good. So
right. Which I get it, but just for me,
yeah.
she on the same level as Smiley. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because I didn't know you, I didn't know her. Like you the same to me. You know what
But
I'm saying?
then that also goes to say, are they really never gonna bring on new people who aren't known? Because if that's the case, then they're calling her a fan. Then that means all them people who go to them auditions are never gonna get picked because they're gonna look at them all as fans.
Well, they never intend to pick them people
Yeah,
Mhm.
because
Yeah.
the Stunner Girl had already put out that they never intend to pick the fans. Everybody that they're putting on the show, they already have in the green room. She said she saw Animak in the green room. She saw everybody that was already picked. They were in the was it the green room or wherever it was, the back room.
yeah,
She said
Mhm.
everybody that was already going to be picked was in the back room. So they just had to go out and act like they were auditioning,
Mhm.
but they already had their
yeah.
spots.
I do
So
remember them
Mhm.
saying that.
yeah,
But then, however, people still go to the auditions. So when will the fans get it that they're not gonna
They
go to
never will, because
they
like
never will.
majority of these people are very young. They're like 21, 22, and they just feel like, well, this is my chance to be on TV. I got something to prove. I got 60 seconds to show the entire world something.
Mhm.
I don't care
Yeah,
if I make it at this point. So I think that the producers, they know what they're doing.
yeah,
Right,
So
right.
um but also, speaking of like with Rolly and her confronting her with the miscarriage, now how I also feel is that if anyone genuinely cared, whether they thought Smiley was a liar or not, I just feel like how come nobody pulled her to the side? Why confront her and then like on top of that, you're not even using a soft tone. Like to me, if somebody talks at me, I'm gonna be defensive. I'm not gonna open up to you because like for what? You don't care about
Mhm.
me. Like you're blasting me, calling me all types of stuff around all these people. You could have pulled me to the side, or if you actually cared, you should have started a conversation like, this is a genuine concern with the rest of the cast. Like, we just want to make sure you're okay. So, is this, did you have a miscarriage, or if you want to answer, stuff like that, because you have to think about other viewers. Like, that's not going to fly with them of how you come at a situation so like sensitive. I mean, look at
Mhm.
Jocelyn's cabaret. You remember that Big Lex had made a comment about one of the girls having a double homicide. Like, who says
Right,
that? There's
right,
just
right.
certain things you have to be aware of because you have to also think about the viewers. Because if they don't like that, guess what? Unfollow. And it takes something as simple as that. That's just Hollywood, honestly.
Right,
So,
especially to be canceled. It's quick.
mhm,
yeah.
Yeah, you could say
very.
one wrong thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I agree with you there too. That's why, like, it's just like, what are we doing here? You know what I'm saying? Like, it is a sensitive subject,
Yeah.
regardless.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, whether she had one or not, like you said, why are we not dealing with this more delicately? Like they
Mhm.
just automatically want to be mean girls about it. And that's just how I feel about it. It's like, okay, you guys just want to be mean girls about it, but move on from it. Let it go. You have that thought process. Let her go there and play herself. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all ain't got to get in her face
Mhm.
and scream. And then look how, at the end of the day, y'all talk about her having this miscarriage you don't know. And then you guys, in a sense, all attack her. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
now, mind you, this goes into the issue that she had with Sukiana and how they ended up kind of fighting her and all that. You remember when she went into the kitchen and she went down and she was kind of holding her stomach? Do y'all think that was fake?
Mm,
It, I
I
I
don't
mean,
think it was
know,
I,
from. I
man.
think. I think it was. I don't. It may have not been fake. Maybe there was some pain, but I think maybe there could have been some dramatics with it. Like maybe she wanted
yeah,
somebody to be like, "Are you
exaggeration.
okay?" Yeah. Mhm.
I kind of definitely think I ain't gonna lie to you. Now I'm big on the with saying like why do y'all care and whatever, but I kind of thought it was a little fake. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got a bunch of people coming at you, everybody seeming real hostile towards you. It's real suspect about what's about to occur with all these people. So
Mhm.
I do I kind of didn't believe it, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to say it's not true, you know what I'm saying? But it did
Yeah.
kind of make me wonder. And see,
It
Now
but
I
was
that's
gotta
what
think
convenient.
about it. She had a lot of people coming at her for three different things: the chain, her hitting up Sukiana and them not believing about the abortion. Like, good God, she
Or
had
the
Yeah, she
miscarriage.
had too much heat on her at
yeah,
that point. You know what I'm saying? So it would be smart to try and back out of this.
yeah,
Yeah.
Find a way to get out of it. And if they say she's a liar, the way they saying that she is, that seemed like something a liar would do. Like, okay, let me hit the stomach. Oh, my stomach hurt. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
it gives her a reason to have to get out of that hot seat that she was in. But you
Mhm.
notice that when Mariah hit her, she didn't really hit her back. When she was in the kitchen, Mariah clocked her and she just kept on walking away. Like
Mm.
she didn't even really fight back. But do you guys think that she was jumped? I felt like she was borderline jumped.
I
I
When
do
I do.
too, just because two of them were on her at the same time. I can't remember who exactly, but they were fighting, and then one of the other ones came in while the other two were fighting. So, yes, I do feel like she was partially not a full fledged jumping, but partially jumped. Yeah.
Right. When they played that scene out, they had said, because, they show like little snippets of like the next episode or whatever, they had said, oh, we didn't jump her, we didn't whatever. But I saw, when Sapphire took her by the neck and
Yes.
pulled her down, I said, like, okay, this is much. You got
Yeah.
Soupy coming at you. This is almost a T situation, but T had a little break in between the people. She didn't
Mhm.
have a break in between them. You
Yeah.
know, Mariah Lynn is constantly trying to hit her. Then you got Sapphire pulling you down. Then you got Sukiana. Like she had a bunch of people on her. The supposed woman that had a miscarriage. That just went through a traumatic event, but you guys don't believe it. So, it's up. You know what
I
I'm
don't
saying?
know if it's true or not. Like I'm in the middle. I don't know.
Well, let's get into it. They have a live about it and they discuss it. Let's get into the live of Sukiana, Natalie, and Smiley talking about their
Only was
altercation.
there to make sure a bitch didn't play with me. Like
Right.
that's not gonna happen. She was upset about Smiley too, but she has something that she want to get off her chest. So you just
All right. So, Smiley, what I want to address is the jumping situation, okay? So, when the chokehold thing happened,
I haven't seen the episode.
it was me and you standing right there.
But Mariah, we seen in the video that Mariah
Kicked you while you was on the floor. When I
we don't even know where she came from. I'm gonna tell you that. You seen me in the video because it wasn't supposed to be no fight. Now, Mariah, when Sapphire did that chokehold shit, we don't know why Mariah, because it was supposed to be fair. That's why I got you up off of her in that couch and let y'all fight fair. When I was in that kitchen, I let y'all fight fair. Now, when she got you in the headlock, we were trying to get that chain from. Now, nobody told Mariah ass to come and kick and swing. Nobody told her to do none of that because she didn't get the chain back, bitch. We did. And we didn't get no thank you for it, ho. And I don't appreciate that. So at the end of the motherfucking day, me and Smiley said what we had to say to each other. Me and Smiley don't have no problem. And when Sapphire but Smiley, was that you and Sapphire was going at it, we was both trying to understand why you said you got jumped. Because that's why we all was going at it. We just now seeing the scene with you, because you know how they cut it. So now we gotta wait till next week. We just now seeing Mariah kicking and swinging. We ain't doing no jumping. Ain't nobody doing no jumping. We didn't have to jump.
So,
Now, I
yeah,
will say I did see Sukiana grabbing, like, to make it fair. I did see that part. I will say that.
but they admitted, they wasn't purposely, but they
Yeah, but
admitted.
Mariah ran up and, tag team. Yeah.
Yeah.
They admitted that she was jumped. So I'm just happy that they admitted that. That's how you know they
There's some
real.
real bitches.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
real. But you see how they said we got the chain back, but we didn't get no thank you, and I'm still mad at that.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm like, is it a problem with them now? Because
Might
it
be.
seemed like she got an issue.
Yeah.
Like, but all right.
So we're going to go into a clip of Biggie and Rolly.
Let's talk about the fact that, like, You bit me.
Fat ass.
Broly, you bit the fuck out of me. And we all know what that means in the middle of a fight, bitch. If you're fucking biting me, it's because you are obviously losing, bitch, and you felt them thumps. At the top of that fucking head, bitch, you felt them fucking thumps. And you knew that you couldn't beat me, bitch. So you literally was like, déjame mordera, coño. And that's exactly what you did. Can I get up? And then you want to get on the internet. Let me get a sip, bitch. Kind of strong. Teddy, did you make the drinks? Yes, you did. You're trying to be messy. So let's get into this bite. My adrenaline was rushing so badly that I didn't even notice that I got bit until I literally had to look down on my arms and the girls brought it up like, Biggie, did she bite you? I'm looking around like, yo, this girl really bit me. And it was hard too, guys. Here's a little video of like, what my...
Okay, so now with seeing that clip and understanding, and I tried to do it myself. Rolly trying to say she bit herself. How did she bite herself where it was at? Do it. Show me somebody that can bite yourself right here with taking your mouth from right here and get it here and bite your ass right here. And let me see how that work out. Because Rolly is really acting like the bitch bit herself.
I don't think she bit herself, but Biggie probably got short arms. I got long arms, so I get right there. She probably got short arms, but she might get a little close. But even Anna Max said,
it's
you
right
know,
here.
It couldn't happen. Like it couldn't happen at all. And make that make sense.
She could have got it right
so
here.
we in a brawl.
But she couldn't have did it right here.
Right. But listen, we in a brawl. We fighting. So you telling me in the middle of the brawl, I'm biting my arm? Like
I don't know my arm from yours.
That's just really
when I do
I'm
bite
swinging.
down.
I'm swinging. I'm like, like that doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but the fact that they really did a whole scene where Rolly's like, I didn't bite her, and everybody's like, I didn't see her bite her, and like
who else did?
Right. Unless she came in the house with them marks on her arm. Like but they were bloody, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
Yeah.
Like,
but
make
you
it
know
make
what?
sense.
I feel like they also were talking about like Rolly should have probably got kicked out. Now I don't know if y'all watched the old like the OG Bad Girls Club, but there was an incident with Natalie and Red on season 13 when they had the redemption house and they brought back all the big dogs, you know, the popular ones, and like Red had bit Natalie, and then on top of that they also had what is it the when it's just the two of them talking. They had it on Zeus. I forgot what it's called. But
the
like
conversation or something like that.
Yeah, and it was all about the bite. So it was like, okay, Natalie, this is supposed to be your homegirl Rolly. This don't trigger you. Like it don't bring up like girl, like Like if anything, she was hyping up Rolly saying, oh yeah, I don't see no marks on your face, girl. Like
yeah.
And that's another thing I hate. Like, you don't always have to have marks. It's not about that. It's like you can see if somebody win or lose or stuff like that.
Well, you know, when you're in a fight and you got all that adrenaline pumping, you not really realize. Sometimes you can't feel
Natalie
them
was
hits.
trying to be like, well, when she bit me, I felt it, and I was screaming, "This girl bit me," and da 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 da.
Right.
Do you think it's just a case of them feeling like they don't know how to prove it, so they're just letting them both get a pass? Because Rolly's saying she did it to herself, and then you know, Biggie saying, "No, you bit me." But however, I was also thinking another scenario. Biggie do be sometimes having drama outside of the show, because I think I seen a clip of her and her boyfriend or something. So she be having her own drama. What if she really did come in with it from something?
I don't think she came. Well, that bite mark was bleeding right after the incident, so I don't think that at all. But number two is I forgot what I was trying to say. Somebody go and then I'll think about it.
I would say, you know what? Show us your discharge papers, because it's the same thing. We don't know whether she came in the house with that, whether, you know, Rolly did it, which I think she did, you know, or the other claims of Biggie biting her own self. But like Venus said, and Anna Mac tried to explain how that's impossible. Like it might be, but I don't think it'll be that
Not
that
here.
big, that bloody.
I think I could by.
You could probably do a little,
but
nibble,
but I
but
don't think it would be exactly straight
yeah,
on. Like
right there,
it was
yeah.
straight on. Somebody had to get that. Like you can't get it that
That's
straight
you
on.
trying to put somebody in a headlock and them not trying to be in a headlock. So let
Yeah.
me
Oh,
bite the fuck out of
true.
you right here.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
that makes sense. But even
Yeah.
like now, mind you, we don't get to see the entire, fight, right? But it's like, how do you even get in that position? Because I didn't see her have anybody in a headlock.
Yeah.
So how do you even get in that position? Because it looked like they were just going at it. So how do you even get in that position to get that fight?
Because they were just showing us clips and we didn't get to see
Right,
the whole thing.
right, facts,
And
right.
that's why Biggie kept saying I was getting the best of you and you beat me. And that's what happened. It probably did happen. Oh, that's what I was going to say. The reason why Natalie and them they're just clicked up. It doesn't matter if they're wrong or not. They're not no stand-up bitches at the end of the day. They're Scotty, Natalie, fucking Rolly, and the other one. You know what I'm saying? So we're all whoever, whatever. And that's that. And it doesn't matter if we're wrong or not, or if she's wrong or not. We're just going to stand over here because we're clicked up.
Facts. That's
Mhm.
what I was
Yeah.
thinking. When they said why nobody else say anything, because they all are clicked up. So you know how it is. They're just follow the leader. They're just gonna follow their leader. And because they said, like I heard multiple people say that they were all kissing Rolly's ass on the show. They were all running behind her, all kissing her ass,
And I
all
don't
trying to get her
understand
friend.
why.
I don't understand why either.
Yeah.
Like you leave it to Biggie. Rolly walking around with cans of Dove spray, like spraying herself. Like, why would
Mhm.
I want to be associated with you if you walk around stinking all the time? If
Yeah.
you need cans of Dove spray, multiple cans of Dove spray walking around with it, why do I want to be with you? Everybody say she smelled. Every single person.
Yeah.
I heard
Tommy
that
Yeah.
said
too.
it. Biggie said it. Even other people said it. They all said it. So of
Yeah.
course Natalie, she probably don't want to say it. They don't want to admit. And I was thinking when she was on, Chance, that she was taking care of herself. I thought she was a big girl that was taking care of herself. You know what I'm saying? Keeping up with
Mhm.
her hygiene,
Hygiene.
etc. But
Yeah.
it don't sound like that's what
That's
she's doing. You see how Biggie said that she would smoke with her and then rip the ends of the blunt off
Yeah.
after smoking with her. Now that's serious.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you gotta rip the end off of a blunt after you smoke with somebody, you must really think something is bad is going on in her mouth. Like, cause that's serious.
Yeah.
Like, that's serious. I'm
Mhm.
sorry. Like that, and I've heard that from more than Tommy said it, Biggie said it. You know what I'm saying? It came from different people, so that means that that's actually happening, and honestly, that's not good. How many times I gotta rip the end of it off? Like at this point, we losing
Mhm.
some stuff now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like so, yeah. Like I couldn't
We
smoke
can't
that.
smoke together.
That's
That's
what
what
I'm
I was about
saying.
to say. Why
Yeah.
why even smoke with that person? That's retarded.
Yeah, like
You
I
didn't even
can't
have to
smoke
Mhm.
it.
smoke with them. Like
Right.
that's weird.
Facts.
But another thing about that I noticed is that Camilla, she had made a comment after, the bite mark had shown, and she had made a comment under a blog page and said, that's nasty or it looks nasty, right? And I didn't think of anything of it because it did look nasty, but I think she meant just how it looked. Now, Rolly had clapped back at her and really went in on Camilla and basically was like, like the reunion's coming up, like we can, like I can see you too, type of thing. But the thing is that if if Rolly says she didn't do it, then why was she so quick to come at or come at Camilla underneath the comments and try and say, oh, like she's talking about me, when in fact she already said that she claims that she didn't do it, but she's coming at Camilla for no reason. I don't know. Like it was just weird. I felt
Yeah.
like she knows she did it. I think she did do it, and then after the fact, she tried to save face because maybe she isn't the type person that you know bites during fights, but she should have had wished that she should have swore that up and down her life and on her son too.
I think she
Before
just
that.
she wasn't expecting Biggie to be able to you're not going to be able to beat everybody's ass. You're not going to be able to like weave every swing that comes her way. Like, come on now. So I do think that at some point in the fight that we have not seen, that Biggie did get the best of her at one point, and I feel like that's why she bit her to get her off her. I feel
I
like
think Biggie
Biggie would
did get the
possibly
best of
try to
her.
put her in a headlock because that makes the best sense. Because how else would her mouth be right there in that spot if Biggie wasn't trying to put her in a headlock?
Yeah.
I think
And
from
Biggie
what I've
used to work
seen,
as a
Biggie got the
bouncer
best
at a
of her.
club, so she got to know how to do some type of defense tactic as far as jacking you up, as far as detention style. So it's definitely possible that she got her like this, and that's how the bite mark happened.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Biggie got the best of her anyways, to be honest with you, with the little bit of clips that I saw.
Because
Like,
Yeah.
Broly kept kicking, putting her
Oh
foot out.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
mhm.
I remember
He was
that
hitting her with
too.
a sky move. Remember when Sky was hitting?
Yeah.
I
Or
was like,
Natalie
no.
moved. Natalie did that to her too at the reunion
Oh,
last
she did
time.
do a kick. You're right. She
Natalie
did do
did
a
that
kick.
to Camilla too. She kicked
She did. Oh,
Camilla.
she did. She
Well,
did. She
Camilla
did.
did that first in her season. That's what she was iconic for the kick.
Hmm.
So it
Hmm.
just looks like they all copying that kick, and it's failing every single time.
Right, right. Y'all see, like, and I don't know what the issue is. I didn't get a chance to look into it, but you see, Camilla and Natalie now have an issue again. They got a problem. They're
Oh
not
Yep.
messing
no.
with each other no more. They stopped following each other, and they got beef now.
Oh no, I didn't know
So,
that.
yeah, I didn't get a chance to look into it, but they got beef now. Just like now, Rolly and Camilla got beef because Amber, you was already talking about it. Camilla told Rolly, pull up. She was
Mhm.
like, pull up, like, let's do
Yes.
this. Like, she like, I don't care how big you are, pull up, like, let's do it.
But
Yeah.
So,
they were saying her and Natalie weren't even fighting each other good. Who was it that said she don't know if that was because of their old age, but they weren't connecting? Who said that? I can't remember.
yeah, the fight was a little
Yeah.
whack. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a little whack. But I also think it was geared into Natalie's favor because Camilla was really caught off guard with that,
Yeah.
So I think it was geared into her favor because Natalie knew what she was doing. You probably made this girl think that everything was going to be good. That's why she was ready to give you a hug when
Mhm.
she saw you. And instead of that, you just attacked her,
Yeah.
talking about, oh, you thought this was sweet. You thought that, like, shut up. Like, yeah. But,
After giving
yeah,
everybody a speech about how they don't need to be fighting, they got money to make. And then she go fight the next scene.
right,
Oh
right.
yeah, right.
We go into your next slide now.
Yeah, I think that was just Rolly like trying to
Talk
tell
about
us that she didn't do it.
First of all, let me say, I don't know if y'all watch Biggie's YouTube, but it is hilarious.
Mm.
It is definitely worth watching. I've watched both episodes and I enjoyed both of them. So,
Okay.
yes, I would recommend you watching it. It is hilarious. She runs through the whole episode. So she's actually watching the episode. And while she's watching it, she'll pause it and give you her thoughts on everything the whole way through. And it's hilarious. So these that we're watching is coming from her YouTube series that she has.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yes.
We're outside chilling every single time. I'm talking about I got way more to show you guys. Like, this is literally nothing. Okay? This girl was literally up my motherfucking ass. Now she tried to make it seem as if though I cared, and because I didn't care for her, she got fucking mad. That's the real tea. So let's clock it. Yeah, we're gonna clock that. Right, Ted?
Yeah.
And that I feel like that's true. I think that's true. I think they fell out because Rolly was probably thinking that Biggie was more of a friend than what she was, and they had some type of misunderstanding about something because it did seem like they were cool up until recently.
Mhm.
It was because of what Rolly said on her Bigo Live. Not Rolly, Biggie. I
But
don't
who cares? Are you serious?
facts. She was being
Like,
asked some question and she responded a way that made Rolly look bad and she was mad about that.
but who
So that
cares? Like, that's it. Like, that made you like
Yeah.
want to be
Yeah.
I
Because
know
it's
it's so
because it's Big
stupid.
Bad Rolly. It's Big Bad Rolly. You can't talk about the queen like
And
that.
and speaking of which, like, what lipo?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yes.
I'm still trying to find it because
Me too.
she's a whole different Rolly with those
And
booty
she
shorts
just got
and the
a
crop
whole
top.
brand
Oh,
new attitude ever
yes,
since she
them
got it.
booty
And I'm just like,
shorts.
bitch,
Oh
you
my god.
still the big old bitch you was before. What are we talking about?
Ain't nothing changed. This stomach a little bit flatter, but you can't tell really. But the stomach a little bit flatter. Everything else is completely the same except that head got bigger. Like
Hmm.
she thinks that she is like top dog. She thinks she is that bitch. And I'm sorry, you're far from it. You're far from it.
Very.
My thing about it, y'all, listen, I feel like every time Rolly fights somebody, we get the impression that she wins. But listen, and this is, I'm not trying to shame anybody or whatever, but we can't even see the other person. You're covering the whole person. We can't even see the other person. So how do we even know what they're doing on the other side? When she fought T, I couldn't even see T. I couldn't even see her. All I saw was Rolly doing that. I couldn't even see T. So how do we know what's really going on? Like, I'm just saying, like, we don't really know that she's really doing what she's saying that she's doing.
Yeah.
Right.
No, right.
But
Because
they need to
Natalie is gonna
bring
co-sign it. Sorry, go
but
ahead.
they need to bring back Jayla. Like let Jayla pop her one more time because Jayla like I love Jayla from when she was on BGC with Claremont Twins and stuff. Like she
Hmm.
could fight, and she has a lot of confidence to say that she's never lost a fight, and every single person like she'll win. That was a lot of confidence because I didn't know if she was gonna win against Rolly because she is kind of big.
Hmm.
But like my sister said and my mom said, big girls fall down too fast, and it's hard for them to get back up. So it doesn't matter about the weight or anything. I just feel like they should have brought back Jayla to kind of lower lower Rolly's confidence. Like it's just doing too much. She's becoming a bully, and I'm starting to see like how everyone is just changing. Like they're starting to become Natalie to me. They're
Yeah.
Hmm.
starting to act like Natalie, be like Natalie. That's the boss. So it's like you want to be like the boss. So
And Scotty is trying to be like that. But I don't know if y'all
mm.
noticed, Scotty said she's not doing baddies no more.
I saw that. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
really?
I
Because
saw that.
she doesn't like how everybody is coming at her, telling her, that she's a bully, that, they're saying things that is like hurting her feelings and making her feel a certain way. So she can't handle that. Like she can try and act big and bad all she wants, but she can't handle that. So because of that, she said she's not doing another season of Baddies. It's her last one. She's done.
Mm.
And I hope so. Bye.
I mean, I
I
don't
think
Bye.
think
it's
it'll make
just
a difference
she lacks
anyway. She's
confidence. She's up here trying to be a fan
yeah.
pleaser, trying to do what everyone wants her to do. Oh, you're
Facts.
not fighting enough. So now she's like, oh, well, I'm going to fight. And then she fights and no one likes it. So now she's like, well, what do I do next? I tried this way to do it. Why don't you just be yourself? Just be
Right.
yourself.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Be yourself. You don't have to please fans and try and change your personality. Just be yourself.
Mhm.
There were
I
We
people that were
agree.
knew,
cool with her as she was before.
I was going to say, we knew her to be who she was.
Mm-hmm.
We knew you to not be a fighter. Like,
Right.
we
Mhm.
knew. Which, speaking, let me just say real quick, y'all see, I don't know if y'all saw that Sky, because, Tashiki said she was going to beat up Sky, DJ Sky, at the reunion. You see, DJ Sky said she ain't go.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Oh.
She,
Mm-mm.
she said,
DJ Sky can't.
she said, you think I'm going to go so that she can beat me up? This girl really said she was not going because she was not going to go get beat up.
Well,
Oh wow.
Yes. I
I
saw
mean,
that. I
She
was
if
knew
she
like,
what
if
at
she
least
thinks
she
she
knew
don't
what
have
it
a fighting
was.
chance, then I don't blame her. But I mean,
I'm not going to lie. I don't blame her either. I
Yeah.
don't blame her
I'll
either. But
sit that one
listen,
out.
Krishan had that baby. So is Krishan going to show up and is it up?
mm,
I want to know. Krishan, you
yeah,
have the baby. Now, y'all could go at it. I
Yeah.
want to see this. I ain't
Oh.
gonna lie, sister or not, because y'all both are on the same type of time. I kind of think Tashiki will beat her up though. I ain't gonna lie. I'm more thinking that Tashiki's gonna win, but I want to see it happen. Like let's
I
get it.
don't think they're gonna fight.
Let's
Well,
get it.
speaking of them, with Krishan, I think she's the reason why not Rolly, why Scotty was trying to fight more. Because remember they were on that live, it was Krishan, her, and Rolly. And she was trying to tell her, oh, if you come back this season, you need to fight. You need to you can't be no punk, you need to fight and stuff. So I think she's the one who was pushing her to fight more.
I don't even think that at all. I just think that all the fans talking about she's a punk got to her. She's fucking insecure. So everybody talking about you're a punk and you're letting people punk you and you let Natalie punk you. What really got to her was the fact that how Natalie came at her and muffed her like that. And everybody was like in an uproar about that shit. And ever since then, she's had a new attitude.
Yeah.
Right.
And you heard it here, between these lips. Hit the like button, the subscribe button, and leave a comment if you enjoyed the video.